This is Sport Wrap on Friday, the 18th of October, here to make sure that you get all the latest news stories locally and internationally. You are joined by Ashwin Berry. Without further ado, let's start locally as we dive into the hit list. The Namibian Triathlon Federation will be represented by one junior and one para-athlete at this weekend's World Championships in Torremolinos, Spain. Para-athlete Jerome Roy secured an impressive second-place finish at the Para Cup event in Alhandra, Portugal last weekend. The determined young amputee athlete crossed the finish line just 1 minute behind the winner, Javier Rubio from Spain. His performance in Portugal is a testament to his dedication as he prepares. The 20-year-old Roy's journey has been supported by his coach Naomi Schmidt, who has been instrumental in his recent success. Under her guidance, Roy has seen significant improvements, slashing his previous best times. Once averaging a time of 1 hour 45 minutes for the sprint distance, Roy recently clocked in an impressive 1 hour 22 minutes. Speaking after the event in Portugal, Schmidt said, "We've learned a lot here, and we've been exposed to many other coaches who are willing to assist us with tips on improving both training and technique." Alongside Roy, Namibian junior triathlete Maya Brinkman is also preparing for another good performance under the spotlight. The talented young athlete is set to compete in the World Triathlon Championship race scheduled tomorrow in Spain. Brinkman, who turns 17 next month, won a bronze medal for Namibia at the 2023 Youth Commonwealth Games at Boko Beach in Tobago last August, behind only Aspen Anderson of Australia and Jessica Heaps of Scotland. I have a special reason to wish Brinkman all the best because I was once her primary school teacher. They grow so fast, and she shall surely be making the land of the brave proud. Speaking of the land of the brave, not so much pride related in this one. The Brave Warriors are enduring a tough spell, struggling with both creativity and goal scoring in African competitions. The Namibians have only managed to secure 2 goals in their last 5 matches, while conceding 12, raising concerns about the squad's ability to perform at the international level. Now, one player whose absence has been noticeable from the current setup is Willie General Stefanas, the 33-year-old forward who retired from international duty on 12 May last year after being overlooked for selection. Stefanas, who plays for Deb Marine Premiership defending champions African Stars, has had an impressive run at club level, leaving many wondering whether his absence has contributed to the national team's recent woes. In an interview with Sportrap yesterday, Stefanas addressed the national team's current struggles, pointing out the absence of a creative player who can unlock defenses. Yes, that is something I personally think is the missing piece, that creative player. The only player that comes to mind that could or can do that is 32-year-old Petrus Chitembi, Stefanas said. He also highlighted the pressure placed on rising star Prince Shiweda, suggesting that the young talent is being burdened too soon. Edma Kamatuka is another player we are sleeping on at this point, Stefanas added, indicating that inclusion of more experienced players could help guide younger talents like Shiweda and Kamatuka. He emphasized the importance of mentorship in football, recalling his own experience with Chitembi and their connection on the field, which was influenced by the guidance they received from former Brave Warriors forward Heinrich Isaacs. Rugby fans were treated to quite an eventful season, and this trend is set to continue, with Namibia scheduled to possibly play 2 test matches and a number of high-profile matches in 2025. John Haynes, the CEO of the Namibia Rugby Union, confirmed this, saying that May, June, July next year will be an exciting time for Namibian rugby. We are preparing for the World Cup qualifiers in Uganda in July, and initial talks with Blue Bulls, Stormers, Sharks and Lions to play warm-up games. We also have a good relationship with the Pumas and Griquas. The South African Rugby Council indicated that they will not allow any foreign teams to participate in the Currie Cup next year. This opened the opportunity for us to engage the top provincial sides and United Rugby Championship teams. These tours will definitely happen between May and June. Possibilities: Namibia could also possibly play 2 test matches in the November window. It might become our test window, allowing us to potentially host 2 home test matches next year. This, however, depends on confirmation from World Rugby, Haynes said. Commenting on the national squad, he pointed out that the players returned to their respective clubs after the Africa Cup in July, and some participated in the Ongos Valley Sevens tournament. We will have an alignment camp in November and started with baseline tests for all forwards playing in the country. This is not trials. Our strength and conditioning coach and physio have been working vigorously behind the scenes, testing our tight 5 players over the past 3 to 4 weeks. This will continue until November, and players participating in the alignment camp might have a warm-up match. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we dive into the pipeline.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
The pipeline we go. The Hage Geingob Cup will feature 3 football matches, with African Stars facing PST Bet last year's winners Eshoke Chula Chula. In the women's event, Ongos ladies will compete against Girls and Goals on Saturday. The winners of the men's match will receive 300,000 Namibian dollars, while the runners-up will take home 150,000 Namibian dollars. In the women's match, the winners will be awarded 200,000 Namibian dollars and runners-up 100,000 Namibian dollars. Proceeds from the event will be donated to the Geingob family to support the establishment of the Dr. Hage Geingob Memorial Library. Let's take a quick break, and we return with Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Muya, who shed light on why Botswana sport has taken such a great leap, as we head into Your Take.
Today we are going to learn how to bake.
Welcome, everyone.
Things may not always go as planned, but our technology doesn't fail. Join Paratus today. Paratus, always prepared.
Sport Rep is here joined, that is by the Chief Administrator of the Namibia Sports Commission, Master Freddie Muya. Welcome to the show, sir.
No, thank you very much for the opportunity that is given to us to reflect about the Paris 2024. In the first place, I'm quite excited that at least Namibia was well represented, even though we are not actually much happy in terms of the number that we sent there. It's something that we need to go back on the drawing board, and we are working around the clock to see what will happen come Los Angeles, 2028.
All right, Mr. Muya, one of the things that we can mention as Africans that we should be proud. Southern Africans indeed. Neighboring Botswana doing so well at this Paris Olympics, getting a gold medal and a silver medal. What a remarkable achievement. So what would your take be on this?
Let's give kudos to Botswana for a remarkable achievement. You know, if you look at Botswana, they had a vision already, 2028 vision, if you look in their strategic plan. Yes, I've seen that indeed they've done a remarkable job, winning a gold medal, first of its kind for their country, and also winning a silver medal. That's a remarkable celebration for the country. I know apart from Botswana, I can also talk about what happened with Zambia. At least they've done well, having a bronze medal. And we also need to congratulate our brothers from South Africa for a remarkable work that they've done, that they represented our region quite very well. Yes, I must be honest with you, the Sports Commission of Botswana and the Ministry of Sport and Employment Creation in Botswana, they are working very well in terms of ensuring that there is enough funding to the team in terms of preparation. Yes, I know they worked this one for a number of years. 2018, I visited them, and that's what I sold to my colleagues at the Sports Commission. It's for that reason that in 2019, we entered into an MOU with the Sports Commission of Botswana. Yes, I may not blame, but sometimes we need to be very honest. If ever there's no support, it becomes a challenge for us to implement programs that we wanted to implement. I and my team here, we needed resources, and together with our federation, I remember there was a very good document that we wanted to work on 2 years ago. Yes, against all odds, we tried all what we could do just with our limited resources to ensure that we run those programs. I can assure you, if we did to the calling, and if we did according to my recommendation, especially in terms of athletics, because we identified 18 athletes in Namibia that were on the same, programs with the Botswana counterpart, because we agreed with the athletics, Federation of Botswana, that there would be exchange program between our team and the team on the other side. We had athletics, we had also boxing, and apart from boxing, also some of the sports called swimming, you name it, that there was a exchange program. We even actually have gone to Botswana with our team for 2 years now, and we were also having the same, that they would also come to the other side, that we would have that exchange program with our coaches, and also our athletes to do the same. Yes, unfortunately, that program did not materialize, especially from our end. It's something that we need to take, to receive a blame on, to be very honest. But we have done what it is possible. Sometimes we need really to be very honest with ourselves. We might have found our athletes, we did not support the athletes. We cannot support the athletes just when it's a year of the games. It is a build-up process that we need to do. We could actually might have received a great number, especially in athletics, that would have sent even plus or minus 6 to 7. But imagine now, we already sent a marathon runner in athletics. And we know that's the cream of the Olympics. That is also the cream of Namibia. Yes, we know Boma, what happened to Beatrice. They're also product of the youth game, but they've gone also the same path like the colleagues in Botswana. If you look about Teboho, the one from Botswana, he's a product of the youth game. Same group with Beatrice Maslingi, same group with Christine Boma. And even those youngsters who won the 400, they are the same group. So for me, if that exchange program would take place, we would have gone very far. But I'm very happy what's happening in Botswana. It is the fruit of the investment that they've done. And I believe we need to do the same. That's why I've already written a letter again where I'm proposing, to a paradigm shift to the entire sport development in this country. And I've written that document already again yesterday to say, colleagues, we have learned from this experience. We need at times to swallow the pride, and we need to work together to ensure that at the end of the day, our athletes come 2028, that we can be also among the top countries, in Los Angeles.
Thank you so much.
All right, you are still with Sport Rap. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, it's going to be one of the legends of the beautiful game, Geros Urichop.
Pep is joined by a legend of the game, famously known for his powerful shots back in the day. That is Geros Urikop, affectionately known as Vetbien as well. But the man himself is here. Geros, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot.
You are a very hard man to find, hey?
Yeah.
I've been tracking you down all the way down here in Tsumeb. I'm sure many people still want to know, they still ask questions, where is Geros and all that, but I found him here now, that is in Tsumeb. But before we talk about what is the current happenings in your life right now, we want to talk about the past. You were a very formidable player, a dangerous player, with a very tough right foot, which was feared by many goalkeepers. I spoke to Marcellus Vetbien the other time, and he said, if I could fear any player, it would be Geros, but we were playing, luckily, I was lucky that we were playing on the same team. So tell us, where did you start your football career, Geros?
First of all, thanks for the opportunity. I started my football career at Chief Sandos. That was way back 1982. I started training with them for 3 years, and my first match was here in Tsumeb against Tigers Football Club. The likes of Bandike, Gray Umatis, the old people. That time I was only 13 years of age, and I played in someone else's name for that match because they were not taking records. And I was a very young boy. I was not supposed to play there, but I managed to do my tricks.
So you played, you went into the game, and how was it?
It was a very tough game at the beginning, but as the time passed on, I get used to it, and the old people said, leave that boy in the beginning, but after a few minutes they started, hey, take note of that boy.
So
He will kill us. Then
So,
that match I scored 3 goals.
you scored 3 goals.
Yeah, on my first attempt.
So what was so special about that game? Were you scoring from the outside of the box, or?
Yeah, it was from far. Bandike Okurubi knows it very well.
So he saw that this guy's shot at 13 years. They were probably wondering what's in those legs. So after that, your career, you played for Chief Santos for a number of years. Was there any other club you played
No,
for?
I started my career at Chief Santos and ended there. And the other team I played for is the Brave Warriors. That's all.
Okay, before we get to the Brave Warriors, in your days as a Chief Santos player, what game will you remember and say this was the best game I've played in my career for Chief Santos, and against which team was it? I know you played many
That
good
was-
games.
The game that I can recall is the 1991 NFA Cup final against Blue Waters that we played 2 times. On that game, the first final, I scored 2 goals, and the second replay, I scored the only one.
So
we played 2 times draw and then penalties.
and you were on the score sheet again, and
both
then
games.
both games. And as a striker, or as a player that used to shoot that much, which goalkeeper do you think during your playing days for Chief Santos was somebody close to handling your power, maybe a keeper that was actually, because most of the keepers feared you anyways.
Yeah, I do have three. Number one is Sparks Cotley, and then Ronnie, and then Denzel Brewer. But Marcellus was my teammate, so I can't say anything about
about
him. But he
him.
was the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
And always you developing this shot that you had, was it practice or was it just something born within you?
No, I was born with it. No practice.
No practice.
Yeah. I
Um,
was only trying to be fit. That's all.
I'm sure we used to play back in the days. If there is a guy that has a shot like yours, people will call him by your name, because I think at school when he has the ball, everyone will just move out and he scores on his own with a soft goal. So was there any time in your career where you just walk with the ball inside because the keeper walk out?
Yeah, sometimes maybe a tap in, but usually I tried my luck from far. Yeah, that was my strongest point.
Okay, going back into Chief Santos, I'm sure there is a match or a fixture that you must have enjoyed most. Every time you wanted to play in that fixture, against which team would that be and why?
Black Africa.
Why would you? Why would that?
I hated Black Africa so much, and I was born the day Black Africa beat Chief Santos in the top 16 here in Chumel. So I hated them a lot.
So whenever you are in that game, you wanted to.
I have to score.
You had to score. Any famous game you remember against them?
Yeah, that one was here again against Ronnie. He knows.
Canalelo.
That story you don't want to talk, but he will explain better to you.
So you gave him a bit
Yeah,
of
I
a
gave
tough
him
time.
tough time. Against Black Africa, and even at national training, we're taking chances. Let's try a bit and let's try this and that. And even him, he was giving me that assurance to do better.
To do better as a player.
Yeah.
Fine, you played most of the times. The defenders that you probably didn't want to play against sometimes.
Yeah, that one was Tolly van Wyk and the late Saladiel Njau. Those guys, I don't know whether they were defenders or bullies, but I was afraid to play against them. Every contact, I was injured.
Oh, they were very rough.
Especially in air. Yeah, the aerial balls was it was very difficult for me to beat them.
All right, before we say goodbye, let's go globe trotting. The English Premier League is back. This is how the top five looks. Liverpool at the top, Man City following them with Arsenal both on 17 points, Chelsea and Aston Villa on 14 points each. Goal difference, Liverpool doing well with 11. These are the match week 8 games. Spurs versus West Ham, Fulham versus Aston Villa, Ipswich, Everton, Man United, Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton, Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Wolves, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace. Needless to say, Liverpool versus Chelsea is the game of the week. These are Liverpool's next fixtures. So it is Chelsea and then Arsenal, then Brighton, then Aston Villa and Southampton. Liverpool has their hands full. For City, it's Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton and Tottenham. Those are their next 5 fixtures. With regards to the next team, Arsenal, it is Bournemouth, then Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea and Nottingham Forest on their cards. And perhaps the one with the most difficult 5 games ahead would probably be Chelsea, because they are looking at Liverpool and then Newcastle, then Manchester United, Arsenal and then Leicester. From me, Ashwin Bedi and the Sport Rap team, thank you for spending the week with us. Cheers.